Welcome back to my channel, Mispronounced Adventures, and this is going to be a van build video or a van upgrade. So I'm going to install the option to have a little electric heater. Whilst I've already got a diesel heater, which is what I use when I'm off grid 95 to 99% of the time, I do find that if I'm ever on a hookup or on a campsite or parked outside a friend's house and got power, or just got the van hooked up, it would be quite nice to have the heating on if I want it, but not have the diesel heater running. Maybe a bit antisocial occasionally if you park in a tight car park, or just to save on the fuel. So I was looking into different options for electric heaters, and there's loads of electric heaters out there. But I decided to go for a plug-in variety. It's only 700 watts, so actually my inverter could run it if I wanted to. Obviously running electric off-grid for heating is massively inefficient. Or there are better ways to do it, such as the diesel heater, but for sitting on a site or on hookup, it might be a good option. So I thought I'd install that. Also means I've got to install a new plug socket for where I want to put it. I've been wanting to put some new plug sockets in anyway. And then we can do a bit of testing and see if 700 watts can heat up the van and keep it warm. So let's do from there. Let's go for an unboxing. So, unboxing. Done. So it's a plug-in style heater. You plug it into your socket, hangs down below. This one's got a little rotate bit so you can have it that way or that way. Yeah, 700 watts. It's got an on button, it's got a 12-hour timer, and it's got a high fan speed, low span, and it's got a thermostat anyway as well, so you can set it between 15 and 30 degrees. Let's have a quick test on my socket. I actually have over here to have a quick look at the unit, and then I'll get to installing a new socket somewhere. Plug in, turn the inverter on. There we go, done. So that's on the high fan speed, and it's already pumping out heat. And if you hold down the top two buttons, you can put it on the low fan speed. Sounds a little bit like a low powered hairdryer, if I'm honest. Reading the instructions, it's got a overheat protection, so I think if you manage to cover anything on it and it overheated, it will shut down. Additionally, when you turn it off, it runs a 60-second countdown timer, which cools down the element and makes the device perfectly cool to handle. Quite happy with it. This is where my bed goes when it's out, so the reason I wouldn't have it just kept there, whilst it'd be nice to have blowing hot air, I think the risk of having the duvet or a pillow block it and potentially cause an issue is not good. Right, there's the heater. I'm under no illusion that this is probably mass produced in China, and you can buy the same unit under many different names and many different plug types, but this was £23, and I think that's a worthy punt to see if it works. Where I actually want to install it, however, is down here. So I'm probably thinking on this little flat area here. I think if it pumps out heat this way, it'll be a good area low down in the vehicle to pump hot air around and heat up the rest of the van. Additionally, I want a plug down there, so when I'm working on my table, which is based at these seats, I can have my laptop plugged in there and not at the moment have the laptop plugged in trailing behind me and in the way up to the bed. So I'm going to run some Arctic glue. Right, one bit done, time to do the next bit. Right, I've managed to run most of the cable. It's not as clean as I would like it to be hidden. But top tip for anyone building a van, build cableways. If you like tinkering and adding things, build lots of cableways between everything so you can easily run more cables. There's cableways everywhere apart from this shower corner, which is where I've had to sort of squeeze cables. Right, time to get this wired in. So as a precaution, I've turned off the inverter and I've also unplugged the bit from the consumer unit, so these wires are all not live for the AC side. Waco junction box. Right, close it all up. Everything is plugged in. Let's give this a go. Turns on. So let's turn it on. It's on. Pumping out hot air. Just to prove it's working, we can completely unnecessary use of the thermocouple. Interesting. Everything's turned off. Why has that happened? So, I think I managed to trip my Victron battery protect because that is a really high amp draw and I'm not plugged in at the minute. I'm just running it off the inverter and I was quite low on power anyway. So I should probably turn the van on. Plug the van in. There we go, plugged it back in. So, I think next step is to do some actual testing of, well, this, heating up the van and seeing how long it takes to get from certain temperatures. At the minute I can see it's rising quite quickly-ish. But first I might clean up the mess. Test, currently at 7 degrees outside, 11 degrees at worktop level. And 13 degrees at bed level, and it's saying 11, half 11. It's not actually half 11, this is out by an hour. Let's turn on the heater. Cold, 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 warm, 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 hot, very hot, very hot, too hot. Right, let's see how long that takes to heat up the van to something a bit nicer. Right, so it's been running for 15 odd minutes and it's now 17 degrees standing up, and on the low one it's now 13.3. So it's definitely rising quite nicely. Right, been on for a bit longer. 23 degrees, 26 degrees, so yeah, definitely warm enough. And the actual device is cold. Right, I think we'll turn it off for a bit. There's a cool down period. So, gonna run a little test to see how well it heats up the van. It's currently 2 degrees outside, 5.8 in the van because I've not been in it overnight. See if I can squeeze more. So we're just going to see how long it takes to heat up the van. So this is about counter level, a little bit lower. So higher up in the van will get a lot hotter quicker. But let's just see how long it takes to heat the van up. So I'm going to put it on a time lapse mode. Right, the test's been running for 4 hours now. 17 degrees inside here. 19 degrees in there. It's lovely and warm. So, whilst I do think it would heat the van up, I haven't got my window blinds on either at the minute. You would kind of want to get the van up to temperature first with the diesel heater overnight, and then if you had this running constantly overnight, I think it'd be fine. However, what I do think is an important test, I've left this running now for 4 hours. And I want to see how the surrounding area to the heater has heated up or been affected. So let's switch to the thermal camera. So switching to the thermal camera, you can see the element in the middle is toasty. But the surrounding area has not heated up. Like I was worried about, it might heat up the plug or anything around there. It's just doing a really good job at heating up the heater itself. You can see these are warm because I guess the hot air has been blown underneath the jackets and then up. So let's have a look into the cab. Good example of how well the insulated door works. The insulated blinds on overnight, I turned the extractor fan off. Yesterday I had the insulated blinds off and the extractor fan on. I left the electric heater going right to see what how well it's going to heat the van. I can already see from the outside that these areas are dry, so there's probably a bit of heat in there. So let's go in and have a look. I mean, you can definitely see that the outside glass and the inside aren't really much different. You can see where obviously there is heat leaking, as these are just magnetically sealed on, so there's quite a bit of heat leaking up there. That's 14 degrees. And then this window over here is one which has got no insulation on. Same for that window coverings over here. Bit of a hot spot there, but there is a hole in the insulation now, I know there is. Right, so let's get in the van and have a quick test. Oh, the cab already feels a bit warmer than outside, that's for sure. Oh, it's warm in here. Let's have a look. It's currently 25.9 degrees and 8 degrees outside, 23 on there. So yeah, running this all night with the blinds on definitely makes quite a big difference. So that was on the outside, was where the heat was leaking from. You can see that the magnet had just come away there. And then same for on this side as well. So overall, pretty happy that this is a good system for electric hookup and just keeping the van warm overnight. For a van of my size, the 700 watt version is perfectly adequate. They make smaller ones which are 500 watt and 350 watt, and then the larger ones which are anywhere from 1,000 plus. Right, it's been running for 4 hours, and let's turn it off. There you go, and it's 60-second cool down. Cooled the element down from 140 degrees plus down to current van ambient temperature. And that's pretty much going to conclude this episode, and I'm going to stop over using the thermal camera. And that's pretty much going to end this video. I think it was just looking at a cheap way to add electric hookup heating to your van. I infrequently use hookup, but it is nice that if I am on a hookup or a campsite, that I've got an electric option to heat the van, opposed to just using the diesel heater, because it's a bit noisy externally and it's using up my diesel. So I think for £23, that 700 watt heater for a van of my size works fine. If you've got any other options or something else you do differently, post in the comments below. But if not, thank you very much for subscribing, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.